we're going to continue on to our 7.3, consideration of presentation of 2024 housing element and general plan annual progress reports. Director Turner.
Thank you. Mireya Turner, Community Development Director. I want to clearly differentiate today's item from our ongoing Lake County 2050 general plan update. This is what is before you today is an update on the 2024 housing element and the 2008 general plan. These are regular reports that we present to the state to just let them know how we're doing on what we said we were going to do for the last 20 years. And so I have our senior planner, Laura Hall, here just to point out some of the highlights on how we have been doing this last year. I'll turn it over to her.
Good morning, supervisors. My name is Laura Hall, senior planner with the Community Development Department, and I'm here to report on our general plan, our housing element update, and how we're doing. So this presentation includes the arena that we need to meet for our sixth cycle 2019 and 2027 housing element, as well as a 2008 general plan and 2050 general plan update. So in 2024, we received 28 entitlement applications with the following types of housing and 85 entitlement permits that were issued. And we received 81 building permits and 26 certificate of occupancies that were issued. For our arena from 2019 until 2027, this lists the number of very low housing units we would have to meet, which is 332. Low housing units, 224, moderate, 207, above moderate, 576. The second column shows that how many units we have met to date, and the third column is the remaining units that we need to meet in order to meet the state's RHNA allocations.
Stop here. And just to take a moment, for those who don't live in the housing element like we do, RHNA numbers are Regional Housing Needs Assessment numbers. So every housing element cycle, which is a period of 6 years, the state decides how many dwelling units we should be able to build or accommodate within that next 6-year period. They send that overall number to either the jurisdiction's county or commission of governments or council of governments, or in our case, since we're rural, they send it to the Lake APC, the Area Planning Council. Then that group divvies that whole number into each jurisdiction. So we received the county number, and then the cities received their number as well. And so for every 6-year housing element period, we're looking to make sure we're satisfying our RHNAs. If not, we'd like to have this many houses built because it takes care of not just the housing stock we lost, but the anticipated growth in the future. But this is, so that's what RHNA numbers are.
Thank you. For the general plan, I'm just going to provide an overview of what we accomplished last year. We had 2 general plan amendments and rezones. One was to correct the zoning on one property, and the other was to turn a firehouse into a single-family dwelling. These are some of the achievements that we met in 2024. 44 projects went before the Planning Commission, and we met 60. These numbers are going to be off a little bit because we're currently working with the state on submitting both annual progress reports, so they may change slightly. But we ended up meeting 16 very low units, 13 low units, 14 moderate, and 38 moderate. Those are not going to match what's in this power presentation because it's been uploaded, or we heard from HCD 2 days ago, and we're starting to make the revisions to the housing element annual progress report. We had 2 general plan conformity projects, which included the Wolf Creek Bridge project and a vacate of Collier Avenue. And another department also completed the 2024 Regional Transportation Impact Program.
And go back to that slide, please. For those watching, GPC's General Plan Conformity Determinations, according to the state government code, whenever a jurisdiction acquires land, gets rid of land, builds stuff, they have to go before the Planning Commission with this proposed project and make sure that it is consistent with the general plan. We are not to act outside of the community's vision for its neighborhoods. Thank you.
I think we missed a slide here. Okay. These are some more accomplishments we met last year, which was 2025 multi-jurisdictional hazard mitigation plan. We completed noise studies when required for CEQA analysis. We hired a new resource planner who oversees CEQA for all of the county departments. And the county continues to work with tribal members, and tribal members are now included in the 2050 General Plan update. The Community Development Department also drafted a RFP to retain consulting services to meet AB 1359 compliance, and that's for geothermal projects. Now it comes to the county to oversee. The state no longer oversees the power plants. So we have to hire someone to hopefully oversee those services because we do not have the in-staff technical knowledge for that. And we also, the Water Resources Department also continues to oversee programs throughout the county. And we completed one land use evaluation and site assessment for property on prime farmland. And in 2024, our stormwater and grading inspector continued to inspect mines and report to the state.
Just one moment, going back to that previous slide, although why does this keep going in and out? Our resource planner is currently compiling a syllabus to bring our understanding and education on overseeing geothermal up to par, so that we are working on bringing that back up.
And so we also received the following grant funding last year, 150,000 LEAP funds that went towards the update of the General Plan 2050, and REAP funds in the amount of 149,682 for the same.
Just to add, also included in those LEAP funds was the Housing Action and Implementation Plan, which we do expect is going to significantly inform our housing element when we do that update as well. So we're leveraging those funds for a future project.
And we're also including in this presentation work that's been done on the 2050 last year. And that includes the General Plan Advisory Committee, 3 meetings from March 15th to July 11th. The local area plan advisory committees held 10 meetings, and the local area plan meeting series 1 occurred from April 8th to May 1st, included the following areas. And there were 3 focus group stakeholder meetings that were held from May 20th to December 19th. And we worked on, and this is the Housing Action and Implementation Plan that Maria just mentioned. And there was work on the Climate Adaptation Plan, and preparation of the draft Environmental Impact Report will begin in the spring of 2025 to spring of 2026.
And just to clarify on that last slide regarding the 10 LAPAC meetings, it did stop. I'm not sure why we ended the counting on October 19th, because it doesn't include the approximately 30 other LAPAC meetings that took place in the subsequent 4 weeks.
And so staff recommends that the Board of Supervisors take the following actions. Consider the housing element annual progress report and general plan progress report and allow oral testimony or written comments from the public.
Thank you. We are not requesting any action from the board today. This was a presentation just to bring the highlights to you. We are currently working with the state housing and community development to upload our APR reports as required by state law.
And that's the end of the presentation. Do you have any questions?
All right. Thank you. Any questions from the board? All right, I'll open it up to the public if there's any questions or concerns on this item. Zoom? All right. Well, thank you very much for the presentation, and